Okay guys, welcome back. And there's some crazy stuff in this unboxing. So, I'm just taking out some of the items from the Japanese stock that I bought. Okay, let's get another two out. So, righty. I had been after that for a little while, but it was too expensive. And I think these are the, is it R246 or something like that. But yeah, I like the BMWs. I wish that they had done the blown out versions like the Audi DTM, you know, like the touring car versions. But these seem to be narrow. Okay, let's get on. Let's get the reveal on the camera. Oh, come on. Come on. Right. Okay, it's not yellow. It's just the way that the actual box is coloured. Let me get it out of here. Pull that up. Should pop out from here. Yeah. That's more like it. Siemens. I do like that colour scheme. You're going to see it on the stand, but I liked that. And it was pretty expensive. I even contemplated getting a second-hand one, but he wanted silly money for it. So it was pretty rare in the time I was looking, but they've kind of popped up now, so I'm like, I'm taking advantage of the fact that I can get hold of them now. But yeah, okay. And here is another little beast that, I mean, I've got loads of these guys, but the thing was, with this one, I don't know if you could tell guys, but I mean, you probably think this guy's got too many police cars as it is. You can never have enough police cars. Right, so let's pull it out of here. Right, this one was pre-owned, and I've never had one with silver wheels. Okay. So the two reasons why I bought this particular car, one because of silver wheels, and secondly because supposedly, so I like it. Let's have a look. Right, so they supposedly a light kit already fitted. It doesn't look very simple. I don't have these kind of plug things in my setup. I tend to just use them the CR2032 batteries. But yeah, it was half the price of a normal police car, so yeah, I decided to go with it. Alrighty. So I've got a few, and guys, I'll be doing a police car vid pretty soon. Well, I've actually finished doing the mods. Now, if you follow my little series, you'll know that I got a Mazda 787B, and I already had a McLaren, but I've totally kitted them out, so they actually look like police cars now. So you want to watch that, trust me. I'll be doing all my police car range as an unboxing anyway, but you definitely want to see the cars that I've modded up. They look kind of crazy, and I'll probably show them after I've completed this. I'll put them on the stand, do that video, and release my police cars as a video. But you want to see them too now. They're beautiful. Totally decaled out. Anyhow, I'll find a chassis to put under that BMW. And guys, let's move on. If you haven't subscribed, get subscribed, guys. Be notified. You do not want to miss out on the craziness. Mosse 5734. Here we go, guys. It gets crazier. Check them out. Right, let's move on. Okay, guys. So here we are with the Route 246 version of the BMW M3 GTR Nürburgring 24-hour 2005 #1 car. That's a mouthful. Right. I think this was made specifically for that course. So the Mini Z version was released in 2010. I do believe this is kind of rare now, because for ages I couldn't find one of these, and one came up and it was somewhere in Europe and it was damaged, and I was even contemplating getting it because they were just so scarce. But recently I've noticed that there's a few that's popped up in Japan. So I always thought this was a small wheelbase. I don't know why I always thought it was a 94mm wheelbase, but it's not. It's a 98mm wheelbase, and there's no real offset on the front and none on the rear, so that could be a drifting car, because really the Honda Civic, it's the same 98mm wheelbase and there's no offset. So, but where's the fun in that? I need to try out my theory, you know, because I want to drift with wide wheels, so that's definitely a contender. I really did like that kind of Siemens logo and that blue red that merges into the white. I think there's parts of the car that are a bit bare. I do like it how it's kind of like opposites, diagonals, but the rest of it can be a bit plain, but it's still a decent shell. I'm happy to get hold of that in good condition. So yep. Now they don't specifically come, the Route 246 body shells don't come with wheels, so I've just stuck some wheels under it, whatever I could find, and they've stuck out a little bit, but it'll do. So yeah, so I don't know if you guys know much about Nürburgring, right? So basically that's a motorsports complex around a village called Nuremberg in Rhineland-Palatinate. It's in Germany. It's located about 43 miles south of Cologne and about 120 kilometers, 75 miles northwest of Frankfurt. And it features basically the Grand Prix X race track built in 1984 and a much longer old North Loop track which was built in the 1920s around the village and medieval castle of Nuremberg in the Eifel Mountains. The North Loop is like 12.8 miles long and has about more than 300 meters, 1,000 feet of elevation change from its lowest to its highest point. So Jackie Stewart named the old track as the Green Hell and is widely considered to be the most demanding and difficult purpose-built racing circuit in the world. Well, that's stuff I didn't know. So this car seems to have been built more or less for that track. So basically the Nürburgring is a touring car and GT endurance racing event, right, on the North Loop, and it's with a lap length of over 15.5 miles, and it allows the participation of more than 200 cars and over 700 drivers. Officially it was called the ADAC 24-hour Rennen Nürburgring in German. It was introduced in 1970 as a real race. And unlike the earlier endurance contests that covered 12 hours, 24 hours, 36, 84 hours, and even 96, wow. Like the Marathon de la Route. So, does this do the same? It is similar to the Spa 24 hours in 1924 was introduced, and 24-hour Le Mans. Must be crazy though. It's really fun to drive on, but obviously you need some skill. The Green Hell. Oh, it must be because it must be quite scenic. It must be like going into forests. Right, okay. So I suppose there's like loads of variations on that track. There seems to be more information on the track than there is on the car. So the GP track had been extended by the Mercedes Arena with a sharp Z-shape chicane since 2005 to make it 15.7 meters track length. Okay. So 230 cars are allowed to enter, 210 can qualify, and 800 or more drivers, 2, 3 or 4 can share a car. and one driver is allowed to drive 150 minutes non-stop. See, I always thought they drove for 24 hours. I thought it was an endurance race to see you fall asleep. Oh my god. Right, okay, that makes more sense. Right, so it's basically like tag. It's like a car version of tag. You do your 150 minutes and you tag the next guy, and he goes, and obviously the car must get a quick pit stop. And a rest time of at least 2 hours must be observed between two turns. Right. So, 2005, the session was won by the BMW M3 GTR, respectively number 2 followed by number 1. There is a lot of information about the drivers, but not much about the car. Dirk Muller, I think, was quite a famous driver for them. He won Formula 1 races. And Jörg Muller as well. Yep, no real specs in the car though. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of drivers. Okay. Anyhow, there's no real info on the actual brake horsepower of the car or the acceleration, but still, again guys, beauty. Happy with that. And I'd love to do a street race. I want that drifting around some bends. Stay tuned for that. I've got to get through my supercars first, and then I'll get onto that. Okay, get ready for the next one. Okay guys, so we've got the Chevrolet Caprice police car. I've had this unboxed, displayed so many times. I'm not going to make a fuss over this. I'm not going to go over it in great detail, but yeah. Awesome police car. I have kind of ventured out of Mini Z's for police cars, and I will be showing you the two that I've modded. So the McLaren you've seen, but not with the decals on it. So basically I've managed to get slot car decals. I think they were 132 scale, and I got 118 scale car decals and use them. Better than just having police on the side of a car with just black and that's it. These were a little bit more, you know, gold and the stars and all that kind of stuff, and protect and serve logos. So yep, so hadn't seen one with silver wheels. This one came with a light kit installed and came at half the price, and yeah, you can never have enough police cars. But that's the traditional machine. And as my street race vids, as they kind of start to move forward, I'm going to have more supercars involved in them street races. And these guys, these cop cars won't be able to compete with them. That's where the supercar police cars come in. Like the Dubai and the UAE kind of thought process, as in having supercars to deal with supercars. So yep, that should be coming up in the vids, so look out for that guys. I've done the cars and they're ready to be used. I'm just waiting for them videos to get a bit more interest, and then I'll start firing things up, pull all the stops out, and we'll go nuts on them videos. But yep, I love them police cars, man, and they're hard to get hold of. And I've just looked on eBay, and there's a guy selling, there's only one on eBay now, and it's being sold for £259 in Japan. So not officially rare, but really hard to get hold of now. Okay, let's move on.